A man carrying a gun near this baseball field in the suburban park frightens parents and kids to the point that they actually hide their kids behind the dugout over there and cancel the game.
He is walking around in the parking lot as children are arriving for a game and taunting people. You know, he's not brandishing it, he never took it out, he never threatened that I'm going to harm anybody, but he scared people.
Why authorities say despite the disruption, the man was legally within his rights and there's nothing they can do.
We have new details in the case of a man seen carrying a gun at Fowler Park in Forsyth County. Deputies say the situation has stretched them thin. They say they've had to add more resources to patrol the area, but because the man has a permit, they can't do anything else. We first told you about this story yesterday at 4. CBS 46's Daniel Wilkerson continues our coverage from Cumming.
I tell you, it looks like any normal day here in Fowler Park. One of the parents that I talked to says that she wasn't even aware of the incident. Parents still concerned in Forsyth County.
First, I was a little freaked out.
The sheriff's department says it's stepping up patrol. This after parents Wednesday see a man carrying a gun. It happened in Fowler Park in Cummings. Deputies say the law here doesn't require he conceal it.
I don't want somebody running around with a gun, you know, where kids are going to be playing.
Authorities say the man normally shows up after 4 in the afternoon. It didn't seem to affect the traffic at the park today. Brittany Lacomiak says she hadn't heard of the incident. While it does concern her, she says he has that right.
If there was somebody else being crazy with a gun and he were to be protecting us, then fine, that would be fine with me.
Deputies say several parents dialed 911 Wednesday.
It may be perfectly legal, but there's a dude walking around the parking lot outside the ball fields with all the kids playing.
A nearby school sent a letter to parents saying it canceled soccer practice at the park. The sheriff's department says it does tie up resources because they have to respond to every 911 call. They will not say how many deputies are patrolling the park and say they don't have one specifically assigned to it.
If he's not being violent, then fine. Just doing what he wants to do.
While parents remain watchful out here, deputies say they will continue their patrol. In Cummings, Daniel Wilkerson, CBS 46 News.
Authorities say the man in this picture is raising big concerns at a Forsyth County park where children play baseball and soccer. Police say they've received dozens of 911 calls from parents after the man was seen walking through the park showing off his gun. 11Alive's Paul Crawley talked to police today who say they can't do anything about it. Paul?
That's right, Brenda. Looks pretty springtime here at Fowler Park in Forsyth County. Young people playing baseball, soccer nearby, but a man who went through this park a couple nights this week sure frightened a lot of people.
I'm all for guns and stuff like that and having it holstered, but when it's just flaunting like that, then something's not right.
Fowler Park employee Josh Perkins was just one of several people startled and frightened by this man, photographed carrying a pistol in the waistband of his pants a couple of nights earlier this week. So many were concerned that at least 22 called 911 to report him.
He's got a gun tucked in his back of his jeans. And he's around a bunch of kids and is freaking all the parents out.
And he lifted up his shirt to show me that he had a gun in his waistband.
He did nothing illegal. The gentleman did nothing illegal.
Forsyth County Sheriff Dwayne Piper, who's a Second Amendment supporter, told me that's because Georgia law allows someone with a weapons permit to carry a gun in a public park, as long as he doesn't threaten people with it.
We'll protect people's rights. We'll always protect people's rights, but we will not tolerate bad behavior.
Soccer games were called off last night because of the armed man. The Soccer Association says they will have extra security for future games. Now, we were given the name of this man, and we reached out to a phone number who we think is his here in Cumming. No reply so far. The sheriff and the GeorgiaCarry.org, a pro-gun group, both tell me that they have talked to this man. He does have a permit, but they have urged him, even though he has a legal right to have a gun here in this park, not to flaunt it. Allegedly, he has agreed. Live in Forsyth County, Paul Crawley, 11 Live News.
All right, thank you, Paul.